Hi everyone, this is JK. Today we are going to solve the problem related to design of engine cylinders. Before we are going to solve this problem, I would like to introduce the design data book. With the help of this book, this type of problems are easy to solve because if you find out the last class, in that class, the design of engine cylinder, not only design of engine cylinder, each every concept in design consists of lot of formulas and lot of assumptions. So that way it is not possible to remember like the type of formulas. So that way I would like to introduce the design data handbook. So this is the book authored by MD Jalaluddin and publications by Anuradha Publications. If you see this book, so these are the contents. That means these are the chapters what we are going to learn the concepts of design of mission members. Each and every chapter is here. Now we are going to focus on design of engine cylinders. So if you find out that one, the 13th chapter indicates the design of engine cylinders and pistons. So go to the 13th chapter. So if you see here, this is the 13th chapter, IC engine cylinders and pistons. So if you find out this one, the first few pages consist of symbolic terms. That means what are the terms involved in the design point of view, that particular concept. So these are the terminology. After completion of this terminology, the formulas, that means what are the design steps we had discussed in the previous classes, that formulas will be here. So if you find out this is the design of engine cylinder, these are the steps what we had discussed in the last class. So this is about the design data handbook. So with the help of, I'm already told to you, with the help of this book, it is easy to analyze the problems in a simple manner. So let's see today concept, that is the problem related to design of engine cylinder. So let's see that problem. This is the problem provided here. A 4-stroke diesel engine following the specifications. There, first one is the brake power. The given brake power is 5 kilowatts. Speed equal to 1200 rpm. Indicated mean effective pressure, that is equal to 0.35 Newton per mm square, and mechanical efficiency, that is equal to 80%. Design suitable engine cylinder. So that is the given problem here. So if you find out in this problem, some required data is provided. So this is the problem. First, write down the given data. What is the provided in the problem? So given data. So let's see what the data is provided here. The first one is the brake power. That is equal to 5 kilowatts. And next one is the speed. It is equal to 1200 rpm. And indicated mean effective pressure, that is equal to 0.35 Newton per mm square. Okay, and after that, finally one more thing is here, that is the mechanical efficiency. that is equal to 80%. So this is the given data in the problem. So with the help of design data book, arrange the terms. That means what are the terms are indicated with the help of proper symbol. Here break power, it is indicated with the help of P suffix B. And next one, speed of the engine, it is indicated with the help of, or speed of the crank with the help of capital N. And mean effective pressure, that is indicated with the help of P suffix M. And finally mechanical efficiency, eta suffix M indicates the mechanical efficiency. So these are the symbols what are the indication of the given data. So arrange that symbols here. So brake power indicated P suffix B. Speed of the engine, it is indicated with the help of capital N. And next one, indicated mean effective pressure PM. And mechanical efficiency. So this is the given data. And next, what is wanted, that means what is required. Here we are going to design the suitable engine cylinder. So our ultimate aim is to design the engine cylinder. For which type of engine? If it is a 2-stroke or 4-stroke, we find out the problem, a 4-stroke diesel engine. That means we are going to design the engine cylinder for 4-stroke diesel engine. So we know what are the steps are involved in the design of engine cylinder. Use step-by-step process to design the proper cylinder for given data. So let's start that one. You know, the first step in the design of engine cylinder is find out the diameter of the cylinder or bore of the cylinder. Bore or diameter cylinder, it is denoted by capital D. So we know what is the form to find out the diameter of the cylinder, that is equal to capital D equal to 60 into 10 to the power of 6 into 8 into Pi by pi into Pm into L into N whole power 1 by 2 mm. So this is the formula to find out the diameter of the engine cylinder. So it is also consists of in the design data book. You don't worry if you not remember the proper formula, then prefer the design data book. So if you find out this one, here we have PM. That means in the given problem, the PM value is provided and also speed of the engine also provided here. So but we doesn't know what is the indicated power. If you know the indicated power, it is easy to find out the diameter of the engine cylinder. And one more thing, we know L is the length of stroke, that is the between the range of 1.2 times of diameter to 1.6 times of diameter. Let us consider, let's say, your wish between 1.2 to 1.6. Okay. For the purpose, here we are required indicated power. So how we get the indicated power? We know with the help of efficiency condition, that is equal to what we know, brake power by indicated power. In the given problem, we have efficiency of the engine, it is equal to 80%, that is equal to 0.8. And next one, here we have a brake power also. So let's see what is the brake power, that is equal to 5 kilowatts. It will be written as in the watts form. So here we have these two terms. With the help of these two terms, it is easy to find out the indicated power. Pi equal to BP by efficiency of mechanical. The BP is here 5000 whole divided by efficiency of mechanical is 0.8. By simplifying this one, we get the Pi. Pi equal to 6250 watts. So it is the indicated power. By substituting this indicated power here, we get the diameter of the cylinder. Or in other form, also, we derive the diameter of the cylinder. That is our regular form with the help of formula for indicated power. So what we know formula for indicated power? So generally Pi equal to Pm into L into A into N by 60. Here if you find out, we know Pm, that is given in the data. L is the length of the stroke, we know that is equal to 1.2 times of d to 1.6 times of d, and N is the speed of the engine or crank. And next one here, A is the area of the cylinder, that is equal to A equal to pi by 4 d square. By substituting these all terms, we get the diameter of the cylinder. So that is equal to Pm into L is, I am considering here 1.5 times of d into area pi by 4 d square into N divided by 60. So substitute these values here. Pm is the 0.35 into 1.5 times of d into pi by, so it is considered pi d square, and write down the 4 in the bottom condition. And N is the 4-stroke diesel engine, so that's why here N is considered N by 2, that is equal to, it is the 600, that is the 600. So whole divided by 60 into 4 into the 1000. So here it is the form, and 4 is a pi by 4 d square condition, and 1000 is the unit conversion. So by substituting these values, we get the diameter of the cylinder. So let's see how we get the diameter of the cylinder. So by substituting those values, ultimately we know Pi that is equal to 6250 watts, that is equal to, we know Pm equal to 0.35, it is given in the problem, into 1.5 d into pi d square into N. In case of 4-stroke, we are consider the engine speed N by 2, so that's why N by 2. So that's why here we have an N value 1200 divided by 2, we get the 600. So substitute that value, 600 whole divided by 60 into 4 into 1000. So by simplifying this one, finally we get 625, that is equal to 4.12 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into d cube. From this one, it is easy to get the d cube. So that's why wait a minute, I need a space here. here n equal to n by 2 for it is a 4-stroke engine, so that's why n equal to n by 2 we are considered. Okay, from this one d cube equal to 6250 divided by 4.12 into 10 to the power of minus 3. By simplifying this one, we get the d that is equal to 115 meters. So this is the value of the diameter of the engine cylinder. So with the help of this form or what we have discussed in the design of engine cylinder, that form also we get the design of the engine cylinder. Okay, this is the first step involved in the design of engine cylinder. The next step is thickness of the engine cylinder. That is the second step here. Sorry, it's better simply write thickness of cylinder. It is indicated by small t. So what is the form for thickness of engine cylinder? We know T equal to pi by d into 2 times of St plus 6 to 12 mm. So this is the form to find out the thickness of the engine cylinder. If you not remember, that means if you not know this formula, use the design data book. In that book we have a formula. Okay, so here we know what is the diameter of the cylinder. We are already derived in the last form, and P indicates the P equal to maximum pressure. What is that developed in the engine? So how we get the maximum pressure? If you find out that one, for the purpose of maximum pressure, we are using the PM here. The 9 to 10 times of PM is called Pmax. A mean effective pressure, 9 to 10 times of mean effective pressure is considered as maximum pressure. So here we know PM. A mean effective pressure, I would like to consider it is 10 into 0.35 of mean effective pressure. Finally we get the 3.5 Newton per mm square. That is the maximum pressure here. So substitute that one, and one more thing, ST, this ST is the allowable tensile stress of the material. We already know that ST value between the range of 50 to 60 Newton per mm square. So this is not provided in the problem, then prefer the design data book. On that particular, wait a minute, in that particular condition, we have another value. So if you find out this, this is the second step, design of the thickness of the cylinder. So for that ST, allowable tensile stress, that value between the range of 50 to 60 Newton per mm square in cast iron, if it is the cast iron material. So that's why we are considering here it is the cast iron material. So I am consider allowable tensile stress value between the 50 to 60 Newton per mm square. By substituting these all values, we get the what is the thickness of the engine cylinder. So that is equal to 3.5 into 115. That is the diameter of the cylinder. Whole divided by 2 into, I would like to consider it is the maximum condition, so 60. So by simplifying this one, we get the value of the thickness of the cylinder. Maybe it is approximately 36 mm. So this is about thickness of cylinder. This is the second step in design of engine cylinder. So go to the next step. In this third step, some minor steps are involved. First one is the thickness of liner. So it is denoted by small t suffix l. So we know what is the thickness of liner. That is equal to 0.03 times of d to 0.035 times of d. It's your choice between this range. Consider any value. Finally 0.035 into 115, we get the approximately 4 mm. This is the thickness of liner value. So go to the next step. Thickness of water jacket 1. Thickness of water jacket 1. So it is denoted by Tj. We know that form to find the thickness of water jacket wall. So that is equal to 0.03 times of d plus 1.6 mm. By doing this one, we get the thickness of water jacket wall. That is equal to 0.032 into 115 plus 1.6. By simplifying this one, Tj equal to approximately, we get the 6 mm. Go to the next step. It is a one more minor step here. Water space between cylinder to jacket. It is denoted by TW. So the TW equal to 0.08 D plus 6.5 mm. We know here what is the value of D. By substituting that one, we get the TW. That is equal to 0.08 into 115 plus 6.5. By simplifying this one, we get the approximately 15.56 value. It is fulfilled and take the value TW as 60 mm. This is the water space between the cylinder and jacket. And go to the next one. That is the thickness of the flange. It is the final step in the design of water jackets. That is the thickness of flange. Thickness of flange is denoted by TF. So the TF equal to 1.2 to 1.4 times of thickness of the cylinder. We know we already find out the thickness of the cylinder by substituting that one and consider between the range 1.2 to 1.4. That product, it gives the flange thickness. So that is equal to 1.4 into the thickness of the cylinder is approximately 36. By simplifying this one, we get the TF The TF is used here like a 43.2 and fulfill this one. Take the TF value 44 mm. So this is the thickness of the flange, and next we are going to find out the thickness of the cylinder head. That is the fourth step in the design of engine cylinders. Thickness of cylinder head. It is denoted by T suffix H. So the T suffix H is written as 0.5 times of D into root of P suffix S T H. So we know here D is the diameter of the cylinder, we know that value, and P is the maximum pressure. We are considering that maximum pressure between the 9 to 10 times of mean effective pressure. By substituting these values, 0.5 into 115 root of P is the 3.5. Here we doesn't know what is the allowable tensile stress in cylinder head. So let's prefer the design data book. In that particular condition, what is the value of thickness of cylinder head? Consider that value. To find out that one, here the TH value is approximately 30 to 50 Newton per mm square for cast iron material. So consider that value 30 to 50 Newton per mm square. Here STH equal to 30 to 50 Newton per mm square. So that's why I am considering it is as a 50. By simplifying this one, we get the TH equal to approximately 15 mm. So this is the thickness of the cylinder head, and go to the next step. This is the fifth step. Nominal diameter of the bolts. It is denoted by small d. So we know what is the form for that. Small d equal to 1.2 times of DC. DC. Here DC is the core diameter of the bolt. So how we get that core diameter of the bolt means that is equal to root of PD square by N into STB. So that is the formula to find out the core diameter of the bolt. When we get the core diameter of the bolt, by substituting these value in the nominal diameter, we get the what is the nominal diameter of the bolts which are referred to the engine cylinder. So let's see each and every term here. Okay, we know P is the maximum pressure, that is the 10 to 9 times of mean effective pressure, and D is the diameter of the cylinder. We are already derived that one. And next one, N is the number of bolts. N is the number of bolts. So we don't know how many number of bolts are preferred in the engine cylinder. So that way, for that purpose, we are consider 0.12, sorry, 0.1 times of D2, 0.2 times of D plus 4. By doing this one, we get the number of bolts. How many number of bolts we are used here? So that's why I'd like to consider 0.1 into 115 plus 4. By doing this one, we get the value of number of volts. And next one, STB is the tensile stress in volts. So it is also assumption value, that means it is the standard value. It is preferred in the design data book. It is in the range of 80 to 100 Newton per mm square. Okay, if you find out this equation, core diameter, we know the maximum pressure value and diameter of the cylinder, and next number of volts. By doing this one, we get the number of volts, and STB, allowable tensile stress in volts. It is the range of 80 to 100 mm. We know each and every value in the core diameter. By substituting that one, we get the core diameter value. Let's substitute those values here. So DC equal to root of 3.5 into 115 whole square divided by, so that n number of volts value 100 into n. By simplifying that one, by simplifying this one, we get the DC equal to 5.6 mm. Substitute the DC value in this equation, we get the nominal diameter of the bolt 0.2 into 5. The nominal diameter of the bolt D equal to approximately 6.72. Consider it is as a 7 mm. So this is the, so go to the sixth step, that is the final step in the design of engine cylinder. It is the length of the cylinder. It is indicated by L suffix C. So let's see, LC equal to L plus LP plus bottom clearance. So bottom clearance. So if you find out, we know what is the L value, that is the length of the stroke. L equal to between the range of 1.5 times of D, and LP is the D or 1.5 times of D. Consider that's your choice. And bottom clearance, that bottom clearance here between the range 8 to 20 mm. These all are in the design data book preference values. Prefer these values in bottom clearance, we get that length of the cylinder. Let's substitute these values here. 1.5, that means length of the stroke, it is the 173 plus 1.5 times, again I consider here 1.5 times of D, 173 plus I am consider bottom clearance a maximum value here, that is the 20 mm. By simplifying this one, so we get the length of the cylinder. So that length of the cylinder, that is equal to 40, 340, 346 2. So 366 mm, it is the length of the cylinder. So these are the values which are derived by using the given problem. So this is about the design of engine cylinders, and it's better to do practice more problems based on these concepts. It is easy to learn this concept. So this is about the today class, and next class we are going to prefer the next concept in the design of machine members part 2.